So, me, Adam, and Alec
We're gonna go to Fairfax right now.
to go record our dentist. Alex, speak for us.
Okay, here you go. This is a trick tip. You actually have to land first.
You suck, Alec.
So we're on our way to Fairfax now.
I didn't know, sorry.
We're like 10 minutes on the
10
road.
minutes, we're 40 minutes away.
10 minutes on the road.
Oh, okay.
Adam doesn't want no paparazzi. Delio. This is the road. It's pretty great.
Hit me up with the camera, hit me up. The road is a gracious place. Look, there's trees.
Construction. Yeah, man.
So we're about to get off the freeway. We're going to Hollywood. What are your thoughts?
Tired.
Tired?
This part's gonna get fast forwarded. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's cool part. Hey, you don't need to talk. Shut up.
I guess when we go to Hollywood, we hope to see a bunch of nice cars. Let's stick this out the window. I'm just kidding. No. There's the city of Los Angeles.
They can't hear you. We're gonna fast forward this.
Not this part, look.
Yeah, we're not gonna fast forward. This whole part's gonna fast forward, bro.
There's a school bus.
It's Kai Town.
There's a school bus. Oh, okay, bye-bye school bus.
I want to get established. Why are you filming my girl?
Lock the doors, lock the doors.
It wasn't. Are you kidding me, dude? Really just do that? Oh! No, I swear, you can go watch. I'm in fast forward today.
Okay.
Okay, right now we're on Melrose. We're about to go to Dr. King's office.
Alright, his office is right there. Go on.
That was really necessary.
You're filming the ground.
No, I was looking at it.
I guess we take a seat. What time's the appointment? 5? What time is it now? We're so early. Now we take a seat. Now we just have to wait. Stop recording.
Okay.
Hello, Dr. King. So we just want to ask you a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, question 1. Do you think it was hard or was it... Okay, do you think it was hard work or luck that got you where you were today?
Yes.
Yeah. Did anyone encourage you to be a dentist?
Well, actually, I wanted to be a doctor, but I couldn't get into medical school because it's so hard. So I applied for dental school, and then I didn't get in the first time. And I had to study real hard, and then I got pretty good grades. And then I went in for an interview, and they asked me how to use these instruments. And I didn't know anything about them, but they looked like carving instruments. And I said, you carve with these instruments. And so the guy was pretty impressed with it. So I passed my interview. My grades were pretty good. And I became, yeah. But I enjoy what I do. So that's the most important thing.
Is there a certain part of your personality that best fits this career? If so, what?
I think, I mean, my personality is, I'm a little introvert, but it gets me a little more extrovert when I'm in the mask. So when I have a mask and I have a costume, it gives me like a role to play. And when you have a role to play, it's more fun.
Alright. Did anyone discourage you from being a dentist or assist anyone pressure you to be a different career?
Well, I know my sister said, "Oh, you want to be a dentist? Oh, yeah, you're going to have your hands in someone's mouth. Yeah, I don't want that." But, that was like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And, when I look back, I said, wow, I've done pretty good. And I live in a nice house, I have a nice car, and I think I'm pretty happy with what I have.
Did you have any other jobs before this one?
No, that's all I did. I wanted to become a dentist, and that's all I did. I did some other jobs, part-time jobs, but I had a job in the stock exchange, working in the stock market, but I didn't like that. It was all paperwork, and I couldn't do that. I'd fall asleep doing the paperwork.
I lost the questions. Oh no. You can stop recording while I go find it. Okay. So, what risk did you take to become a dentist?
So what is that?
What risk did you take to become a dentist?
What risk did I take to become a dentist? Well, obviously I wasn't sure I was going to get into dental school. I had to do a Bachelor of Science, which was 4 years, basically an undergrad. And I mean, if I didn't get into dental school, I don't know what I would have done. I would have probably had to do a master's or, in science, in biochemistry or genetics. And I didn't really want to do that. So there was very little option. I had to lay all my cards on the table.
Did you have any small failures along the way?
Yeah, I mean, you always have failures. I mean, you do badly in your grades, in certain tests, and you wish you could have done better. Even in dentistry, when you're doing dentistry, you always have failures. You wish you could have treated this patient a little better than you could have. It didn't come out the right way that you wanted it to. So, but you learn from that. You become better, and you try not to make the same mistakes again. And you try not to take shortcuts. Shortcuts sometimes land you in a lot of trouble. Cuts down the time, but gets you into trouble. So you learn that.
What is the hardest part of your job?
I think working in a small environment with your hands, I mean your hands are this size and your mouth is only this small. So you're constantly working in a small area and trying to be very precise with a lot of fluids, saliva, blood, and you've got a mask and you've got gloves on and you've got water spraying everywhere. So that's the hardest thing I think, and the patient's got to keep still. So some people are better at it, some patients can sit still, some patients can't. Some patients get numb easily and some patients don't. So it's very difficult when you're working in the mouth. But if you get a good result, and everyone's happy. That's the best part about dentistry. If you get a good result and everyone's happy, you're happy and the patient's happy.
Are there any high school classes you would encourage us to become a dentist?
Well, you got to do obviously do biology and science and maths. Those are 3 major subjects. Well, science and maths, right? So, and then you got to do all those, algebra courses and things like that, and calculus and geometry.
What would you tell your 15-year-old self today?
What? Excuse me?
What would you tell your 15-year-old self today?
What would I tell my 15-year-old self today? Well, I have a son that's around about that age, and I tell him to pursue whatever he wants to, as long as he doesn't give up.
Would you consider this just work or life's work?
I think it's both. It's a work and it's a life service because you're constantly learning all the time. You're learning to get better, and it's work because you have to work every day. You know, if you don't work, you don't make money, and you can't support the family. So you have to work, but you've got to enjoy what you do, and you've got to try to improve the work that you do. And that's hard because in dentistry, it's you're working with people, so you've got to try to be very patient with people. People always want to have everything like an in-and-out burger, you know, it has to be done right away. But dentistry is also an art, so art takes time. And then the other thing about it is that people are sensitive afterwards you do the work. It's not like a piece of wood where you can create a piece of art but it doesn't have any pain. In a patient, you can create the best art in the mouth, but the patient might be in a lot of pain, and so that's difficult. So you've got to try to not have an unhappy patient and have a perfect result. So that's a constant striving, to get to that point. And the materials and things like that in dentistry always change. You always have to try new materials and try to get better.
What advice would you give someone who wants to enter this career path?
I think it's a great path to enter. You can get in. The only problem is it's very competitive, and that's what I think is the problem really. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be a dentist. A dentist is a thing with hands. You can work with your hands, you're going to be a good dentist. You don't have to be brilliant. But unfortunately, our education system is based on a GPA and an SAT score, and you have to get a 3.8 GPA, and SAT score has to be, currently right now, it's 2,400, right? You have to be close to that. So it's very hard for students to get into dental school. You may be the smartest kid in town, but you might not be the best dentist. Okay, so that's the biggest issue I think that they have with dentistry today.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fink.
You're very welcome. Thank you. I hope that helped you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wrong hand, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you,
All right,
Dr.
Thank you.
You take care now. I'll take care.
So so we're done with the interview, and we learned a lot.
It took a lot of dedication to become a dentist, and you really have to have passion for it.
And you make a lot
And
of
we went
money.
to Fat Burger afterwards.
And you make a lot of money. It takes a lot of school to
And good grades. Adam, get your thumb out of there.
It takes a lot of school and good grades to become a dentist. You have to really be passionate for it. Like he said, he wanted to be a dentist his whole life. So
Well, actually, I wanted to be a doctor.
he did. He became one.
That was good.
Is he dancing?
What?
I don't know.
He said.
No.